I left you with.
Hi guys. The last time you saw me was Saturday. Yes, Saturday I had my OE flight. And my OE flight went from Atlanta to Connecticut, and then Connecticut and back. I felt the flight went really good. I definitely left the flight feeling like, okay, I can do this. Like, I can actually be a flight attendant. I just feel like you get so much information in these training weeks that it's a little bit of a blur, and it kind of leaves you feeling like, can I actually do this? Do I actually know my stuff? But I did. I knew the phase of flight actually pretty well, and I was excited. Of course, I couldn't film while I was on the airplane for social media policy reasons, but I had a good time. After the OE flight, I came back to the room. I got my stuff. I went to my grandma's house. I picked Annie up, and she spent the night with me from Saturday to Sunday. I meal prepped. I meal prepped all salads this week because I'm supposed to be losing weight, and I have not lost any weight because I've been stress eating while I've been here. So that sucks for me. But yeah, so what I'm doing currently is making flashcards for all of the doors. Today is Tuesday. My roommate just went downstairs to go study with some other people. But today is Tuesday, and on Thursday we have our wide body assessment, and then we have the infamous door day. So y'all know door day pretty much sometimes send people home, and I'm not trying to be going home. So a coordinator came in today and talked to us about what all we're going to be tested on and how it's going to go. And so I'm just making flashcards just so I can like be reading through them. I feel a little overwhelmed. It's 9:12 right now, and I've only made cards for looks like 1, 2, 3 of the aircrafts. There's 14 stations that day, and I'm up to number 6. So I'm not even halfway done with everything. And it's 9:12. And tomorrow, I'm hoping that we have an early day, but I'm not sure. We go over our last wide body aircraft tomorrow, and then our instructors are gonna do an evacuation at each door again for us to visually see it. So I'm hoping that doesn't take forever and we'll get out a little early. But I also need to make flashcards for the wide body aircrafts in international service, because that's what we learned this week. And we have our assessment as soon as we come in, and then right after our assessment is when we go on to door day. So I don't want to like put all my focus into door day and then not study for the assessment, because I need to be able to pass the assessment as well. So I mean, thus far I've done pretty well on my assessments. Like my average right now I think is at like a 95. So I could get an 80 on both. I have 2 more tests left. I can get an 80 on both tests and still be above what and still be at a 90 average, which is what's needed to pass. But of course, I don't want to do that. I want to maintain my high average. So I don't know how I'm gonna get all this studying in, but I'm gonna always work it out. I felt the same during the narrow body test. I just felt like it was too much and I didn't have enough time for studying, and I went in there and I got a 90 on the test. So hoping for the same luck this time. But other than that, I don't really have much more to say. We're less than 2 weeks away. Got a schedule right here. After door day, on that Friday, we take our section photos. The curriculum says we'll learn more about flight leaders. And then Sunday, we have our customer service flight, which is a really long day. Like, a really long day. Like, a really long day. My flight is to San Jose. So I go Atlanta to San Jose, California, and back. I think I leave Atlanta at 9:20, which means I have to be at the gate at 8:20. And I don't get back until like 8:20 at night. That's such a long day. So, thank goodness we're off on Saturday. We have our flight on Sunday, and then we're off on Monday too, because it's going to be so great. I think when we come back from our flight on Sunday, obviously I'm going to drive home and be home on Monday. And I'll be meal prepping, not for the last time, but just for this last week. But I don't know, I probably won't even meal prep that much because I just don't know. Bay is routing himself home so that he can come to my graduation. So my mom is coming, my little brother Dylan, one of my friends that I used to work with at United, who's now also a flight attendant, he's gonna come. And then my mom, my little brother Dylan, my friend, my aunt, and Bay is gonna come. So graduation is literally next Friday, y'all. Like, literally. So we're getting down to the wire. After May 1st is when I'll be like, whew, because May 1st is our last assessment and our last set of EMVs. So, yeah. I am ready, Freddy. Y'all, I've seen other YouTubers who are at this stage of training, and they have all just kind of been like, yeah, so like around week 5, I was over it, and I was thinking, oh, that probably won't happen to me. I was wrong, because I'm most definitely over it. I'm sad. And I wish we had more time off in between us having to report to base. But it's all good. My auntie did send me some money to buy me luggage, because luggage used to come with your uniform. It does not anymore, so I have to buy me a flight attendant bag. And I submitted the paperwork for my Chinese visa today, and all my little documents were accepted. So hopefully it comes back in time for me, because you know, when you get the Chinese visa, they take your passport. So hopefully it comes back in time for when I graduate, so that I can actually fly internationally if I get an international trip. And you can't use KCM without your passport, so I need my passport. But anyways, y'all, I'm already yawning. I don't think I'm gonna be up much longer. I might try to get through my 7th aircraft, like just halfway through, and then I might call it at night and go to bed. Because I still gotta learn another aircraft tomorrow, so I really don't want to be tired. And it's already 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm already down to 7 hours of sleep at this point, so I'm gonna be tired. I've been trying not to drink coffee because I was noticing some symptoms of GERD, and that comes from weight gain, caffeine, chocolate, you know, all the stuff that I love. So I haven't been drinking coffee as much, and the symptoms have been going away. That's very disheartening because y'all know how much I love coffee. But I just need desperately to get back healthy. So I've cut it out mostly. Alright, so let me get back to it, y'all. I'm trying to get these cards together. Oh my gosh. Alright, I will see y'all when I see y'all, because y'all know I haven't been vlogging consistently. It's just shout out to those people that did, because it is too stressful to do this consistently while you're... I'm so grateful that I edited all my content and had it just set up to go out on its own, because y'all wouldn't have had no YouTube videos the whole time I've been doing this if it wasn't in advance. So for some reason I'm craving watermelon again. Random. Goodbye. Okay, so this is Joey. You guys know her already. My roommate that thinks I'm weird. Cass. Hello. Lindsay. And me. I'm just kidding. So we're at the Corner Grill in College Park. We're gonna explain why I brought these people here. Wait, let's get the ambiance. Hopefully no one else minds being on camera. Sorry. Okay guys, so when I was 25, how old am I now? When I was 25 though, my dad, he wasn't like really in my life like that, and we were like making amends. And so he lived in Virginia Beach, I lived in Charleston, South Carolina, and he was like, I want you to come visit.
How are y'all doing today? Great.
Bellini, really good. It's so good. Yeah. Okay, so like I was saying, my dad invited me to Virginia, and I flew on Delta, and Charleston only flies to hubs. So I went Charleston to LaGuardia, LaGuardia to Virginia Beach, but on the way back, I went, obviously, Virginia Beach to Atlanta, and Atlanta to Charleston, and I had a 5-hour layover here. So I got on the train, and I took from the airport station to this college park station, and I met my best friend here for lunch, because she worked here. This was her first job as a server years ago. And when I got home though, because like when we finished lunch, I went back to the airport and flew home, and I was like, oh, I wonder like what kind of job I could have that would allow me to do that every day, because that was fun. And I googled and I saw pilots, travel agent, flight attendant. And I interviewed with Delta back then, video interview, and I did make it to be a flight attendant. So that's why this restaurant is significant, because this is basically where I decided I want to be a flight attendant.
That's what a full circle moment. That's so awesome.
And here we are, 6 years later, do the math, and I'm in flight attendant training.
That's super full circle, but it also means that you're like where you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know, I believe in that. I believe that like things happen how they're supposed to.
Yeah, because I wasn't ready back then. I thought I was, but I wasn't.
Yeah.
So let's see what we order.
Alright,
Okay.
cheers to week 7. Finishing strong.
Woo! Week 7, get me out of here.
Boomerang real quick, sorry.
Chum's food. Bomb.
Yeah, they also
Yummy.
loving the place, but not necessarily the people.
You thought this was like a 10 out of 10? That's crazy. Hey, Haagen-Dazs. Joey's happy.
I'm so excited.
I just can't find it. We're at Lennox. These girlies took the MARTA. I'm so proud of them.
I went to one. I'm thirsty. And they just give me a couple
Oh God, I just threw cookie crumbs on my Haagen-Dazs. Loser.
They're gonna be the Will Smith meme. He's like,
You guys, I'm buying sea moss punch. Are you gonna wrap my patty?
Yeah.
I bought a beef patty. I don't need it. I'm not hungry.
That's okay. You want the chicken or the beef?
The beef. The beefcake. This store is across from the corner grill where we were earlier. Sour sop bitters. Oh my God, if I wasn't poor right now, I would buy them.
So I didn't talk to y'all at all last week. I'm so sorry, but last week was week 6. The last y'all would have saw is when me and my coworkers went out yesterday. Hold on, y'all. The last thing y'all would have seen is yesterday was April 27th. Me and my coworkers were off. It was a Saturday, and I took them around the city. We went to this place. Y'all saw. We went to the Corner Grill in College Park, and then we took the MARTA up to Lennox. And today we have our customer service flight. So I think the last time y'all seen me before that was when I had my OE flight. I don't remember. I just remember coming back from my OE flight, and it was a little stressful because we learned about international customer service and wide-body aircrafts, and we had our international and wide-body assessment, and we had the infamous door day. And so I just felt like I really didn't have time to do anything else last week except for study. And then door day was on a Thursday, and so Friday was kind of chill. It was like whoosah, made it through. And then on Friday they let us know, basically don't get too comfortable, because today's Sunday, we have our CX flight. It's very long, and then when we come back, we are off on Monday, but on Tuesday we have 2 assessments, and on Wednesday we have 2 assessments. One thing I can say is I'm glad that they're splitting it up instead of all of them being on one day again, like door day. That was very stressful. Obviously I made it through because I'm still here. As y'all can see, I'm about to walk out now. It's 6:04. The shuttle to the airport is leaving at 6:15, so I'm about to go downstairs right now. Now that I'm finished getting dressed, I just gotta throw my blazer on. But it was just very stressful, y'all. But pretty much you have to be tested to evacuate every single door that we have, as well as 2 windows. And it's just back to back to back. Like, the instructor is just like, okay, you finished that door, let's go to this one. It's just like that. So it was very stressful. If I'm being honest, this wasn't my best assessment, and it was mostly because I was second guessing myself. That's pretty much the short answer. Oh, hold on, I'm blurry. So we have an Airbus 330 and an Airbus 350, and I kept getting the two of them confused. And I only got an 80 on this assessment. And when I tell y'all, oh, this feels a little tight. That is not good. Gotta shrink this. Sorry. So, on the plus side, I scored high enough on my last few tests to where I got an 80 on this test. I could get an 80 on the next test, and I would still be at the 90 average. I don't plan on getting another 80, but if I did, I would be okay. Blazer feels a little tighter than when I bought it, but it's gonna have to do because I took all my other blazers home. But yeah, I'm really glad that I set myself up though with the scores, because like I said, even if I got an 80, the 80 is the minimum that you can get, guys, before the FAA be like, okay, you're not competent. But even if I got an 80 on my next test, my average would still be at 90, and I've never had to retake a test. So even if I didn't get an 80 on the next test, I could retake any of the tests that we've taken so far to bring my average back up to a 90. And so I'm good pretty much assessment wise. I still have some evaluations, which are like physical assessments that I have to get through, but that's okay, I'll be fine. There is one person in our training class who, after the wide body assessment, they were sent home because their average fell below 90. And I think that's horrible. I felt really bad for that person to make it all the way to week 6 and get sent home. Like, that is tragic. I would be devastated. I think I wouldn't know what to do with myself. But everything happens for a reason. I'm sure that person will be okay. And they can try again. I'm thirsty, which is not good because it's probably a telltale sign that I'm dehydrated. And my flight today is from Atlanta to San Jose. So for me to already be dehydrated is not good. So when I get past security, I'm gonna buy me a matcha with some energy. And I'm gonna buy me a water, or maybe like a Gatorade. I need some electrolytes. I'm looking for my headphones. Where are they? I feel like I had them last night. Maybe they're in my other purse pocket. Anyways, y'all. Oh, they are. Okay. I'm about to go downstairs. It is 6:10, so the shuttle leaves in 5 minutes, so I gotta go. Goodbye. Maybe I'll chat with y'all at the airport. See y'all later. Hey y'all, so Jesus Christ, it's week 7. I don't think I've talked to y'all since my customer service flight was on April 27th. Today's May 1st. It's Wednesday of week 7, so I graduate on Friday. And a lot's been going on. That's why y'all haven't heard from me. So let me just tell you really quick what happened. So Bay, y'all know Bay's a truck driver, so he came in for my graduation, and he came in the Actually, oh, I said my CX flight was April 27th and it was April 28th, which was a Sunday. He came in on April 27th, which was a Saturday, and I had to drive to his truck, which was about 30 minutes from my hotel, pick him up, and he dropped me off at the hotel, and then he took the car back home. So he's had the car all week since he's been here. My car, I should say, because his car is being worked on. But anyway, so my CX flight was super long. It was from Atlanta to San Jose and back, so very much the flight hours were 9 hours, so including everything else, it was probably about a 12-hour duty day, and that's fine. Got back from the flight, packed up my stuff, came home. Bay had a delivery that day at 9:30 because he got into town early, but he still had to deliver his load. He finished his delivery around 2:30 a.m. Of course, you know, I was already asleep by then, but he needed me to pick him up, so I got up at 2:30 in the morning, picked him up, and then we came back home, and I went to sleep. We both went to sleep, and we said, oh, we're gonna get up tomorrow, we're gonna go to the store, maybe go get some breakfast, whatever. So we wake up around like 9-ish. We start getting dressed around like 10-ish. And I get a call from my mom that we have a family emergency. And she said that they found my grandma on the side of the road. So initially when she said that, I thought she passed away. I'm not gonna lie, I thought she passed away. But they were saying that she was like disoriented or something, and she was like outside of her vehicle on the curb, and somebody found her that way and they called the police. So my grandma and her son, my uncle, are both on dialysis, so she didn't call my uncle because my uncle was at his dialysis treatment. So she called me because she knew I was off. So Bay and I finished getting dressed, and then we went immediately to the hospital to check on her. And they were saying that her blood pressure was like, hold on, let me save what I'm doing so it doesn't erase. Her blood pressure was like 270 over 102. Her potassium levels were at a level 8, and when you're on dialysis they shouldn't be over a 4. And there was like fluid on her lungs, so they had like a BiPAP machine on her. She was breathing on her own, but her lungs weren't opening up a lot when she was breathing, so the BiPAP machine was like pushing oxygen into her lungs so that they would open up more. What we ended up finding out after a series of tests, etc., is that for some reason my grandma goes to dialysis on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. She missed her Friday treatment. Still not really sure why she didn't go to treatment on Friday. I have no idea. But her last treatment was Wednesday, so no treatment Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And this incident happened while she was on her way to the doctor on Monday. So 5 days without treatment, and her levels were all out of whack. Blood pressure high, potassium high, fluid on her lungs. And so my grandma used to have a colostomy bag, and she got the reversal surgery. So now that she is able to use the restroom properly again, if you don't know what a colostomy bag is, look it up. She gets dehydrated very easily. And so what her doctor explained to us is that because she dehydrates very easily with this reversal surgery, she could not miss a dialysis treatment, or it could be obviously detrimental. So her missing that dialysis treatment, her body was going down. And what ended up happening is she had a mild stroke, a very mild stroke. She got into her car to head to dialysis. She realized she was feeling weird. She tried to pull over at the gas station that's right outside of her complex. And when she tried to pull over, she just became disoriented. She hit a curb, she hit a bush. She got outside, and she was just kind of out of it when she was outside. wasn't aware of what was going on, didn't remember how she got in the car. Obviously, she didn't have anybody that was around say, hey, get my phone and call this person, because we didn't get a call. I didn't get a call until almost 10 o'clock. She went to dialysis at 5 a.m. and the gas station owner who found her opened the store at 6:30. So she was outside from 5 a.m. to 6:30 before anybody even helped her. I don't want to get emotional, but I'm a grandma's girl. I love my grandma to death. That's very disheartening, because she's just a woman. You know, I felt like that left her very vulnerable. Somebody could have robbed her. Somebody could have just got in her car and pulled off. You know, thank goodness it was a decent day, but you know, what if it was raining, or what if it was snowing and she would have just been out there in the elements? You know, like, she could have, I don't know what happened from the mild stroke, you know, during that hour and 30 minutes of her just sitting there, but I feel like she could have died, and I'm glad that she didn't. But it was very scary. So we spent all day worrying about that on Monday. I went to the hospital with Bae. My uncle was there. She went up to ICU because they said she could get dialysis treatment faster if she was in ICU versus being, you know, in the regular hospital. So she was in ICU. After they did the dialysis treatment, she started feeling better. Before, she couldn't keep her eyes open. Like, she was real tired. She was like sleep, you know. She didn't even know that I was there on Monday. That's how out of it she was and tired she was. Once they did the dialysis, she was up. Her blood pressure was at a normal level. Her potassium levels went back down. So they did dialysis Monday, Tuesday, and today, which is Wednesday. So now she's back up to date with her treatments. She is still in the hospital. They might release her tomorrow or Friday. With all that being said, my mom flew down here to help out because I'm in class, and Monday was my only day off, and then I had to finish, you know, the rest of my week. And my mom tried to go fly back to South Carolina today. She didn't make the flight, and now she's not feeling well, maybe because she was in the hospital around sick people. So I'm hoping that she'll get better, because my graduation is Friday, and my aunt was supposed to drive to my mom's house. My aunt lives in North Carolina. She was supposed to drive to South Carolina to my mom's house, and then they were supposed to ride down together with my brother. And it was supposed to be my mom, my brother, my aunt, my boyfriend, and my friend at my graduation. And I just really want everybody there to celebrate this accomplishment. So that kind of brings you a little bit back up to speed. The rest of what's going on is week 7. So Tuesday I had 2 evaluations. One was like a ergonomics evaluation and a dual exit evaluation. And then today I had my final assessment, and I had a timed evaluation, and then some other components, some comprehensive exams as well. And I passed everything, so I think it's safe to say I am officially graduating. So tomorrow is kind of like the last, well, not kind of, it is the last curriculum day. When we go in tomorrow, they're going to talk to us about scheduling. They're going to give us, they took our training SkyPro today, and they're going to give us our real SkyPros tomorrow. They're going to give us our little keys that we need for work. They're going to sign us up for KCM. So it's like a bunch of logistics tomorrow. And then graduation is Friday. So I'm excited. It probably doesn't look like I'm excited on camera, but I am. I'm just very tired. It is what, 9:33. I don't know where my roommate went. She stepped out, but I was like, well, I'm gonna use this time to film since she's not in here. I just completed an e-learning that we had on scheduling. I was talking to Bae a little bit. I'm actually gonna call my mom and check on her to see how she's feeling. But yeah, that is pretty much what's going on in week 7. I'm gonna give Bay my camera on Friday so that he can get some, you know, allowed graduation footage. And yeah, that's probably the next thing y'all will see. I'm not even gonna lie and say I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. That's probably the next thing y'all will see is graduation footage. I am still trying to decide where we want to go for our graduation dinner. At first we said Papados, and then my mom was like, why do you want to go to Papados? And I was like, I really don't. Bae suggested it, and I was just like, okay, but I don't want to go to Papados. I want to do Korean barbecue. Bae is saying we always do Korean barbecue. Aren't you tired of Korean barbecue? And I'm like, no, I'm never tired of Korean barbecue. What are you talking about? Then we were thinking like an all-you-can-eat sushi place, but my little brother doesn't like sushi. So I don't know. It's Wednesday, and I haven't decided on a dinner place. I don't really think that matters at this point because I don't even know who's coming at this point. So guess I gotta figure that out first. But there was one more thing I want to say. Oh, we did lose someone else today. So I think I told you guys after we took our wide body assessment, we lost someone. Well, it was the same thing today. After we took our final today, we lost someone. Which I did feel like was very unfortunate to be, I don't know, just 2 days away from graduation and to be sent home. Like, that is, I would be devastated. Honestly, I felt like I was going to struggle with the aircraft specific items, and I did. Not even that I don't understand it, but just memorizing it or remembering each plane feature, I knew I was going to struggle with that. So I might have said it before in a different video, but I really purposely tried to score really high on the test at the beginning, so that the test at the end where I felt like I was going to struggle, even if I did struggle, I would still be at the 90 average. And that's exactly how it worked out. I could have got an 80 on the wide body test in the final, and I still would have had a 90 average based on how high I scored on the other tests. To be honest, I did get an 80 on the wide body test, but I got a 90 on the final. So I ended with like a 92 average for all my tests. So again, we are officially done with all the tests. There's no more tests, and I couldn't be more thrilled, even though it doesn't look like it. I'm so tired, but we don't report tomorrow until 9. That's why I'm still up. Friday was our last day reporting at 6. Thank goodness. 6 o'clock class almost killed me, but I have my alarm set to wake up at 7. So I might be up for a little bit longer. I'm a little tired, but even if I was to go to sleep at like midnight, that would still be 7 hours of sleep. So I think I'm so tired because I didn't have any coffee or any caffeine today. I had like half a can of Coke, and that was the only caffeine I had today, which is fine because I'm trying to come up off the caffeine a little bit. But yeah. Anyways, y'all are completely up to date and caught up with what's going on with me, and I will see y'all at graduation. Bye.